Hey, 5 Minute Church, this is Pastor Hannah, and we are sharing our stories with you. John shared his, and it was a great testimony to some of you guys and even to some of you women. It makes a lot of sense, and you can relate. I'm going to share a little bit about my background and my story of who I am and kind of what I've been through. You know, sometimes we can look on the outside, everything looks good, right? We got it all pulled together and life's great. Well, I'm also 41 and been through a lot. And not without a lot of pain and a lot of struggle. And so I just want to share, I grew up in a Christian home, and there were 5 children. We had a set of twins and 5 of us kids, crazy household, just fun, lots of energy. But we were a Christian home, but we traveled. We were also in the missions. We traveled to Singapore, Taiwan, and Hong Kong with YWAM, which had amazing experiences. I learned so many things about the gift of perspective of even just living in the United States. We're born in, we win the lottery. And so many things I learned at such a young age, but our family was just crumbling on the inside. On the outside, it looked good, but crumbling. And my 6th grade, my family finally divorced. We came back from YWAM. And on this 3-month mission, came back and our family divorced and everything was just broken. And so everything that I knew had fallen apart. So at the 6th grade, I was having to find out who I was and learn life. And we had been homeschooled and I went to public school, and it was just such a totally different world for me. And so I journeyed on and through school and high school, and my parents did the best that they can. You know, we always do the best we can with the tools we have, and lived with some family friends through high school and really went through a tough time trying to figure out who I was. I was a mom at 18 years old. My senior year, Jordan, my son, jokes about it and says that he was handing me the flashcards my senior year to help study for my exams my senior year. Not true, but I was a mom, young age, and married for the wrong reason because I was pregnant and out of wedlock, and just went through just learning life the hard way and trying to figure out life. I went into another marriage thinking that was the right thing and looking for something that I thought I needed, and I ended up getting out of that marriage and being unfaithful, and it was just learning who I was. And finally at this, like 27 years old, I'm like, who am I? He called me to be a single mom. He called me, and Jordan and I moved to San Diego. Sometimes God takes us to different deserts in life and he teaches us different things. And I thank God that he took me to San Diego, California to be in my desert, because he wanted me to be completely different environment. And he said, Hannah, I want all of you. I want just you. And I want your time, and I want your attention, and I want you to grow in and through me. What I was missing is that I was searching for all the things that I thought I needed in life. And the Lord just is like, I want you to depend on me solely. And so I did. And it was the most beautiful time, the most lonely time, but the most beautiful time. And sometimes God calls us to be alone. He separates us because he wants us to rely and trust him and to seek him for every single need, our every breath. And my life was just soaring in San Diego. I was a professional hairstylist and doing hair and traveling and had clients all over. And, you know, I start doing media work, and my son's doing acting in LA, and he's doing Nickelodeon and doing videos with Justin Bieber, and we're in LA, and we're this life that we thought, oh, this is what God called us out here to do. We're supposed to do this. And I was rocked with a car accident in 2012. I suffered a brain injury, and I'll tell you what, my entire life shut down again. Shut down. I was losing my home. I couldn't work. I was a single mom supporting my son. Mom had to come out and take care of me, and I couldn't even get out of bed. And not for just a day or a week or a couple weeks, but for a year and a half. I lost everything, you know, and just when I thought I was on top of the game and on top of the world and my life is going great and things are turning around, you know, it just shut down. And the day before my car accident, I said, God, use me, that I want to be your vessel. And be careful how you ask him to use you, because you're not sure how he's going to do it. And the very next day, we were on our way to the PGA tournament, the Farmers Insurance, San Diego at Torrey Pines Golf Course, 11:20 a.m. And some guy came out of, and I say guy, pink wig. I saw it coming, T-bone my son and I, and it completely rocked my world, shut everything down. And so from that point, I had to learn to not talk, but I suffered from post-concussion syndrome, almost lost my life to suicide. It was the voices, the mind wouldn't shut off. A lot of football players deal with this, and post-concussion syndrome they're familiar with, but I literally was so depressed, couldn't get out of bed. And before that, I had no idea what depression was. I thought depression was just go work out, do a little more, go work out, do something for somebody else. But that's not what it was. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't even get myself to the bathroom. It was so depressed. And I had to go on medications, and the medications caused me to be suicidal. And I had to learn how to heal my brain naturally and get rid of all those antidepressants and learn life again. And here I found myself again, alone, single mom to my son who was going to graduate his senior year. And all I could think of is, I just want to live until he graduates his senior year, and then God, you can take me home after that. I just want to see my son graduate. And right then and there, I made it. I made it to his graduation, not alone. I had my family, I had great support rallying around. We saw his graduation. And not only that, is that God slowly began to bring work back into my life. He slowly just opened doors, and I was able to start functioning again. But he still was wanting my undivided attention. That is where I think we all struggle. We'll continue to bump our heads up against the wall until we let go and let God control us. And see, God, what is your purpose for my life? Not what is Hannah's purpose for my life, but what is your design purpose? Fast forward to 38, 39 years old, just crying out, weeping. I said, God, again, I'm yours. Do whatever you want. I'm here. And that next week I went out to New York, and I was sitting in church, and God spoke to me, and he said, I'm calling you into the ministry, and you're going to be speaking. And he says, and you're going to marry a pastor. And I'm like, okay, God, great, I'll do that. I don't know how I'm going to do it, because I'm this little single mom in LA trying to do, my son's acting and TV hosting and all these things I thought I had to be doing again. And he goes, you're going to marry a pastor. I'm like, great. The following week, John reached out to me, and he had read my book. I wrote this book through my brain injury, and it's called Living the Invisible Disability. And I just wanted to help people get through what I had gone through without having to research. I wrote this book, and John had read it and reached out to me, and he had gone through divorce and was sharing his struggles and what he had been through, and we connected. And the minute he reached out, I knew. I'm like, okay, God, I didn't know that he's in North Dakota, I'm in Bel Air, California, and that was where my soulmate, I knew that was my husband. It's so cool, because it's such a cool story, because you know what, no matter if you're single wherever you are today, I was single for 8 years, dated different people, people in the industry, professional athletes. I thought I knew what was best for Hannah. We always think we know what's best for us, and when we really let God, what he knows what's better for us than we do. He has such a better plan for us, and my husband is such an amazing person. That is where 5 Minute Church was birthed. Before we even started dating, we were just encouraging one another through life, and we're like, wow, if we're struggling, how is everybody else getting through the day? How do you do it? What 5 Minute Church is it came out of our own pain, our own struggle, our own hurts. Beautiful story of 5 Minute Church is a story of redemption, that God can redeem us. And his grace, his mercy is new every single morning. And no matter what we did yesterday, that he is here forgiving us today, that he has forgiven us. He paid that price on the cross. When he hung there and died, he paid your price of the sin that you did and the sin that I did. And that no sin is different than the other, that we are all fallen short and none of us are worthy. I want to share my life verse, Jeremiah 29:11. It says, for I Know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. If you have more questions, if I can help you in any way, if you're struggling in some of the areas, maybe reach out to me. I'd love to help you in any way that I can. That, we're all on this journey. We need each other and we need help. So I just want to thank you for taking the time and listening and just letting me share my story. And I just love you guys so much. Thanks for everything. We love you, and we'll see you guys soon.